Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Thank you. Now enjoy the show.
Hey y'all, what's up? Thank you for tuning in. Welcome to RAERAEs Night Live. What it do? Me and my homegirl Erin are gonna let you know about the What's Going Down episode of These Rich Heifers from Beverly Hills. Child, please help me welcome Erin to the stage.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for having me as always. Happy Friday.
Yes, happy Friday. I'm scarfing down this ice cream we have it tonight. Well, it's dairy free, but still, it's so good.
Yeah,
Child.
that's why wise, because I just had some non-dairy free. I actually had a McDonald's hot fudge sundae. It was good. It was worth what I'm paying for now. Because I am.
Pardon me. Yes, y'all. If y'all missed it, we had our 6:30 premiere of Southern Charm. So if you missed it, go ahead, do the replay thing. You know how we do. And yeah, we are back. We're doing I can't say that, girl. You can't say that.
Oh.
We're doing a back-to-back episode tonight, y'all. Double feature.
Yep.
Like we used to do back in the day at the movie theater.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking last time we did this, a double feature.
Yes. Woo! Again, I'm going to keep saying this until the cows come home, and don't know cows live around me, y'all. I'm just saying, I love these grown-ass women conversations. I love it. I love the fun they're having. I am enjoying this franchise. These are my peeps. I'm just, 98% of them, but I'm just saying, we are having a great time here. How about you? Are you loving it? Is this your favorite franchise or not?
That's a great question. Probably. I mean, I feel very loyal to Orange County because I've been with that since the beginning. And I feel most loyal to Orange County and Beverly Hills because I understand these women because I literally live in Long Beach, which is in between both. It's, literally 25 miles up to Hollywood, and it's 15 miles down to Newport Beach for me. So, I understand the cultural references that they're making, and I like that. I'm a fan in general. Atlanta in its heyday was, so good. Atlanta is not the same for me. Potomac I enjoy, but it's always a bit of a struggle bus.
Girl.
I did not care for the new New York, although I do love Jenna Lyons because, I just love an older fashionable. I love a quirky, all that. Jersey also at one point loved that one, but they sure did suck the last couple of seasons. Miami's what else? Well, Salt Lake. Oh, I do enjoy them, but they're a little performative for me. Can we do a little shout out, on a side note? If you watching, listening, our hearts go out to Mary. This devastating news for all the Bravo universe. We send you our deepest condolences. And, as two moms with one child, we deeply, deeply feel for your loss and pray for your pray for your grief.
Yes.
Anyway, so yes, sorry, that's a really rambling answer. I think they're doing great. I thought this episode was full of like really real conversations, and I appreciated that.
Me too.
No Amanda in sight.
Oh,
Do you notice that?
yeah, I think she was the only one we didn't see.
Didn't miss it.
Excuse me. Let me look at my notes. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna see a lot of the next episode. But yeah. Or Natalie.
I'm
The
thank you.
semi
Sorry.
new
Yeah.
heifer.
Right. I didn't miss either one of you ladies. No offense, but
I'm glad Jennifer came back. We missed her. We was
we
talking about her
did.
last week. Where's she at? Hello.
Yeah. Somebody I did miss was
You
Jennifer.
know?
Yep.
Okay.
She came with a ceramic cat. Like that, she clunked that thing down. That was hilarious. She just walked in with a cat, a ceramic cat.
Girl, you know how
Clunked
she
that
is.
bee down. I'm like, how much did you pay for something that most people get from a thrift store? Does
Girl,
it have a slot to open up to put anything in, or did you just literally walk in with a figurine?
yeah. Yeah. Here I am. Here you go.
Yep.
Here I go.
I mean,
well,
but it
let's
was
just get
lovely to
into
see her.
this.
Mm-hmm.
Because, child, we got some talking to do. So, cute little vignette. We see Lael, she's getting her driving skills together because she's driving all the way from Hancock Park vicinity to San Diego, somewhere in there. And, child, if y'all know, that's going from Southern California all the way to dang near Mexico. 3 hours minimum. I'll probably say 4 because it looked like they left after a certain time because it was busy. So she said 2.5 hours, but maybe that's where they was at the time or whatever. But that's a good 4-hour drive. Woo, child. Now that's some practice.
Mm-hmm.
So good for her. Of course, they're going to see Keely and spend time with him down there. I love that. That's so cute. And then next we see Amanda. Oh, we did see Amanda. I had it in my notes. She and her stepdaughter was getting their nails did. It was a cute little 2 seconds, but really, she wasn't in the episode. So we was right the first time, but she did, we saw a tiny
Right. Yeah.
It wasn't nothing because we don't really, have little kids around anyway. So that's why it wasn't really nothing, girl. Anyway, then we see Dorit talking about how much she enjoys this, this particular time because PK got the kids. They were checking in. Little girl wanted to skip something or something, I guess, go out of her normal schedule for some class or some type of activity of sorts. And they were just checking in, and since she's all the way on the East Coast in the Hamptons, and Dorit enjoyed it. And the one thing she said, I said, "No, see, Dorit, everything was going good." She said, "I just love this. I hope one day they don't see anything about how their dad treats their mom." I said, "Well, damn, Dorit." She said something like that. Maybe it wasn't verbatim, but I'm pretty sure I hit it on the nose.
It's a little late to be worried about that now, but the way you've been talking, like you're the
Girl.
one that is making. Look, I'm not here. It's really crummy when you are, when a situation is ending and you feel like you're being mistreated by someone. You want to be able to tell your truth because you're like, well, I don't deserve this, whatever. But like, it is true. It's and I'm not here to tell anybody how to divorce. It's like a death, it's a grief, whatever. But if you are really worried about what your kids will be exposed to, you could start with you.
Always start with you. I agree with you. Definitely. That is the most truest thing, best advice I have heard in a very long time.
You
Oh,
can
girl.
always start with what. And listen, I have somebody in my, like, my baby. I in the memoir could air out, but I won't do it out of respect for my child. Like, I will take the hit because I'm not going to put my child in a situation where they feel like they can't love their other parent because of that they've done something to me. Like, I'm, like, I want my child to be able to have a healthy relationship with a parent as long as they're trying, right? That's
Mm-hmm.
totally separate from the that part of the relationship. It's kind of
Mm-hmm.
sacred to me. And like I said, I really, even though Dorit annoys the F out of me, I really do respect that she's going through it and feels
Yeah.
very mistreated. And if he's not paying, he effing sucks, like you need to pay child support, PK, you know? So there are things, but don't say you are worried your kids are going to be exposed because, like, you are running your mouth this season. You even exposed you drinking again. Like, you're airing him out.
Well, hey, he playing dirty, she playing dirty. It's just
Yeah.
that hers is on the screen, his ain't. You know,
Right. Yep.
so tit tat tat tit, whatever. I ain't on nobody's side, but I am a girl's girl. Go to read, get yours, get what's owed to you, take care of them babies, hold him accountable for whatever that is, and do it the right way. You know what I'm saying? Do the right thing. Don't go ballistic and and just don't be trifling and lying about things. Do the right thing for the sake of the children. You, on
And
the other hand, take one on the chin. It didn't work out, but don't get in the way of him being a dad just because you mad or
right.
disappointed.
And
Mm-hmm.
this is also the time to show restraint. Like,
Oh,
don't
girl.
over exaggerate. You can say
Yes.
something without putting 10 billion, dabs of sauce on it. You can keep it
Okay.
bland. You're a white woman, just kidding. Like,
Mhm.
you just, like, I know that she is very expressive, and like I said, I think the way that she over exaggerated with Garcelle is the perfect example of that's just kind of in her nature to, like, overdo it.
Mhm.
But,
Mhm.
like, it's really not like that's the part you could do, is not go that level on PK because you feel very entitled and you're running around like, he's doing this to me and I have had it. But the cost of that is your children's mental health.
True that. And speaking of, that little girl, did she have blonde hair? I could have swore her hair was blonde. Now it's brunette. Or the boy blonde.
Uh, Jagger is a lot, I think, is even more fair than Phoenix, but kids, those things can change easily.
They hair changed like that? A
Oh
whole
yeah.
shade?
Mhm.
Girl, I didn't know.
Some people can be like totally like white blonde when they're little, and then when they get older, it's brown.
Girl,
Yeah.
new to me. Hey, all my years of living. Girl,
It's
okay. Cause I was like, wait a minute, who little girl is that?
it
Okay.
the last time I think I saw her, it was kind of more like almost red or like like a reddish
Okay.
brown. So I think she's, yeah. Well, but yeah,
Okay. Well, good for
it's
her.
just, yeah, them waving at each other, so damn awkward.
And I remember when she was little with that little helmet thing on. I remember she was just so tiny. I
Yep.
think she what was she a year? I mean, I think
No, she was a
she
baby. I don't even think she was a year old yet. I think she was like 9 months old or something.
okay, yeah, because she had to have that surgery, and I was like, and he was so now he was about 2 or 3, so yeah, she had to be infant. Yeah, she had to
Yeah.
be.
Oh, it's crazy. They were very little. Yeah, she was a
Weren't
baby
they?
when they started. So it's wild to see them growing up now. 'Cause
Okay.
yeah, they really are. I'm like, gosh, we're old.
So good she's doing well
Portia.
and grown out of all of that, those anomaly situations and whatnot. It's good to see it.
Mhm.
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 Okay, so now we're about to talk about the Hampton hangover.
Yep.
These heifers, well, everybody but Kyle because she stopped drinking 11 months ago. Um, so Rachel's feeling it. She's doing her hot girl summer. So later and on in the episode, we find out it's August because that's a significant date that she's gonna discuss towards the end.
Mhm.
And so we know it's August, the hottest month of the year. Lord Jesus, no wonder. Um, and she said, you know what? I need to get over all this hangover with some retail therapy. That's what I'm talking about. That's what we came to see. We love a
Mm.
good receipt, a good sales total. We like to, what is that? When you living in somebody else's life. What is that called?
Live vicariously.
Thank you. Living vicarious. That's what we like to do, child. Living vicariously through their credit card. We can just imagine. Oh yeah, I like that too. Mm-hmm. So those stores, that was a little too frou-frou for me. However, yeah, I can see myself in a few of them outfits. That was cute. And Rachel was doing her thing, y'all, doing her stylish, her styling gig, making Dorit. See, that's what I like to see. Girls going through, girls helping each other out, making each other feel good, just having a good old time, forgetting about them sorry ass ninjas that they left wherever they at, just,
Mhm. Are you kidding?
I just wish Kyle could have, been more in the moment. I'm just saying. She had to go to a jewelry store because I understand that's her thing. Every time they go somewhere, she buying jewelry. That's fine. But I would have liked to seen Kyle be more involved. I think what you said earlier when we were talking, I don't think she like Dorit no more.
She's kind of having a weird season for me, to be quite honest with you. She's a little bit checked out, I feel like, in general, with like everyone. Like
Mm,
they've made her be Amanda's anchor, which is kind of ridiculous because Amanda's ridiculous. Um, she's not moving past things with Dorit. She's
mm,
not trying to really, I mean, like they're having fun together and stuff, but as we'll come to talk about, she's talking about her like she doesn't like her. And so Kyle to me is just having a very weird season. Um, but I mean, are you kidding? I would absolutely. Rachel Zoe charges so much damn money for styling advice, and you've got her in a store, in a social. I don't even care. Like, like how fun. Um,
and that blue outfit was just to die for. It was, I mean, it
yeah,
wasn't like but to die
yeah,
for those clothes. It was real Hamptons, real,
yeah.
beachy,
Hampton.
but she put it together so well.
Yes, and like let's be real. We know that the Hamptons really does have kind of like a signature style, a lot of
Yes.
pastels and
Mhm,
whites and bohos and whatever,
mhm.
so I respected like the environment that they were in. And
Yeah.
Dorit, is built like a hanger, so everything looked amazing on her. So how fun if I had Dorit ease of body with clothes and Rachel Zoe, a world famous stylist, giving me advice, I would be having a ball.
And one of the workers there had on this pink and white checkered outfit. I said, "Oh, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
That was cute." Kind of remind me of that ebony print from Louis Vuitton. I'm like, "Oh, that's cute." That was cute, but yeah, it wasn't. I don't know if she bought that there, but uh, And lo and behold, the worst thing could have happened. The worst thing could happen when you buying stuff in front of America, international, World Wide Web, streaming television service is your credit card decline. Lord have mercy. I could have fallen on the floor. She's like, oh. I said at the same time, oh, girl, Doris' credit card declined. Lord Jesus. She had to use another one. Luckily, she had more than one. But girl, can you imagine she couldn't get them clothes? Yeah.
That would have been terrible. That would have.
That would be healed? What?
Yeah. Well, that. Listen. This is.
I'll be right back. I'm sorry, right back.
This is where I kind of feel mixed because it's like they're obviously perpetuating this stereotype that Dorit is overspending beyond her means. But we've always kind of known that about her. She's been head to toe in labels, and like PK has been bankrupt, and I don't think is doing that great financially now. So, there's always kind of been a weird relationship with money. I think her talking about how she hustles and she doesn't overdo it, I don't buy that at all. Because I do think that she uses shopping as a coping mechanism and as a self-soother, so a lot of people do. But it's also none of any one of their business about what she's spending. Like if she, like don't pocket watch. That's just it's kind of like it's over managing somebody, and that's something that you do privately. That's not something that you do like just real casual, like whenever, like they were kind of overreacting. $4,500 is not buying a house. Like they all drop under 5 without blinking. So, obviously I swear to you, I almost felt like, oh, I wonder if this was like her card got locked because she's traveling, or I'm not saying that she doesn't have money issues. I'm just saying like it felt a little convenient for this storyline they're trying to peddle about all that. It's a little bit robbing of the dignity.
I can see where you're coming from with the storyline, Dorit spending. Because I know in the preview it was, wow, Dorit bought out almost all the store. She didn't buy it out.
She did.
She had 4 to 5 or 6 outfits. The store, and they all fit in one bag. So,
and we've seen them drop 45, 35, 25, like it's nothing.
Right.
That's the norm. Under 5 is not. If she had spent over 5, then I would have been all right. She's really shopping,
But that bag was $18,500.
Yeah, I don't know why she has to. Yeah. That's where I think,
that Kelly.
Yeah, and she has that little mini one that she's got probably well over $100,000 in purses.
I mean, and how much was stolen, or was she able to get it back with the insurance money?
Oh yeah, that's true. I don't know. Like I said, I think that it's always kind of been a storyline that their money is funny. Not necessarily illegal, but just not real secure. But I also think it's she didn't buy the whole store. She didn't buy a house. She didn't buy a whole store. And I do think it's a bit demeaning. Like, and like it's disrespectful to pocket watch your friends. You can express a little concern, but like, don't overdo it.
Did you go into the conversation Bowles and Kyle had about this? I was going to bring that up.
No.
Okay, so after they leave all that shopping, they go to the Heezy. They're about to get ready because Rachel, excuse me, Rachel is inviting her family over. And so they're gonna, enjoy that moment with them and then go out later. So while Kyle is outside, she's calling her daughter, checking up on her daughter, and then Bose FaceTimes in, and Bose is like, FOMO, what y'all doing? Fear of
Mm-hmm.
missing out, in case people don't know, FOMO. And then Kyle was like, "Oh yeah, you saw our stories from last night." And they flash all the wild and craziness of the night before. Excuse me. And then Kyle says, "Yeah, the reacting funny. She over there buying everything." And Bose was like, "Oh," in her confessional, Kyle has to take her on advice now. Don't be out there, saying too much, because then PK can use it against her. I'm like, well, dang, both of y'all going a little far with it, but I understand. So I think I said this when she was purchasing stuff out in Arizona. I said, girl, don't spend too much. PK looking. But it's like, ooh. But I think both of them were just doing a little too much about Dorit. She.
Well, this is like what I'm talking to you. That's what I was saying
Yeah.
like earlier. This is disrespectful to be talking about her like you're her like parent or something. Like it's just rude to be talking about her spending and her finances this way at this
Mm-hmm.
level. It's funny because Bose is like Dorit's ride or die, and I think that I I, I think she this was a weird conversation. Kyle was going way too hard and just kind of like honestly, it felt like just shit talking Dorit, and even like I said, we all know I find Dorit annoying, but I think this is an example where I'm like, Kyle just doesn't like Dorit anymore. Or like
Mm-hmm.
think what like just doesn't like how she's acting. Like she's got an underlying resentment or issue with Dorit that is clouding the way that she's looking at her. And now she's like trying to get Bose in on it. And it's just a weird place because I just think there are some things when a friend is going through a crisis that, um, you know, you you just even if you like really disagree with how they're living, then just shut up. Just take a step back. Just stay shut it
Mm-hmm.
up. Just
Mm-hmm.
chill. Like be still. I know it's a TV show. This call felt set up as hell, but you didn't have to say that. And then you were like, she's like scattered. She didn't have her passport. She was, and those like she's always late, and she is, and it's rude. And like I would chew her out for just being like, you're just freaking rude. But like I wouldn't start doing that. I don't know if the OCD is kicking in. Like all this weird speculation was like just like, dude. I get it. You know what? And then she brought up Dorit said it to her, right? Remember when she was saying maybe the no drinking and the working out a lot is you trying to get control, and she's like, "Well, I couldn't say that to her," and I'm like, "You've been saying whatever you want to her all season."
I mean, like I said about the other show, it's best that you say it, be truthful and honest, preface it however you need to, give it a soft blow, than to not say it but still act towards her as, on those same feelings. That's not fair to your friend.
No.
If you're not going to bring it up, then don't make it a part of your repertoire when you're dealing with that person.
Well, Dorit probably felt very betrayed because she thought they had a nice time in the Hamptons, and actually Kyle's like reporting on her falling apart.
Girl.
So I just think it's like Kyle, maybe you just need to be honest that like you're over Dorit. I don't know. There needs to be like don't do the Vanita stuff. Don't be passive aggressive. Stand
You know?
in how you feel about stuff. And you know what? The only way Dorit is going to change is for her to learn through her own behavior how she needs to change to adjust to being on her
Mm-hmm.
own and supporting her household. We all know this. When we get so caught up in trying to prevent somebody from making mistakes, we're not allowing people to be human, and that's what we're here to do, and that's the journey. You can totally not agree. You can not even like your friend that much. You can be like, you are, you know. Um, But if you care about the person enough, you can also just chill out and let the season pass. And then when it's organic and appropriate, talk about how it, like, your thoughts on it.
That part.
Because I'm not even saying that you have to kiss Dorit's ass. Just shut up. This conversation makes you look like a jerk.
Girl,
It
it's
just
looking like
does.
it's looking. I agree.
Because, you know, oh, I don't know if her OCD is kicking in. She's really scattered. That's the way. Bose is right. Like, PK can use that. And then y'all are going to, but at the same time, and you're making him want to do it because you're calling out his drinking again. So it's a mess.
Ain't that nothing? Ain't that nothing? I'm just saying, it's like Kyle, you know, you're really not a girl's girl. I'm sorry. It's just not in you. And maybe you're not so male centered. Maybe she gets it honest. She did say her mom was a little funny acting, and she always having, and she had problems with her sisters. I mean, it starts in the house, and it's no shade. I'm just saying, maybe she just gets it honest, and she just don't know. I mean, hell, I didn't know at this big old age that folks' hair changed the way that you explained it. So, some people just don't get it, especially when she's been raised a certain way. She's been accustomed to a certain culture of thinking and living, and maybe it's just something she's not prone to do. Or
Kyle was raised very male centered. Big Kathy wanted those girls to marry wealthy. Like, that was her goal, catching a man. Like, there's all kinds of rumors about Big Kathy, their mother. So it's interesting. I know that they've been through a lot. I think she really does still care about PK as a friend. I think she thinks Dorit over exaggerates just like PK does. Because remember, he just found her, you could tell he found her so exasperating and too much about how much she clung, once she was trying, like, she's just a lot. I get it. I can see how she could be really annoying because she does over exaggerate in her mindset and in the way she talks, like everything. And she also kept her kids out of public school for way too long. Like, she does allow her anxieties to dictate her lifestyle. And she spends like a crazy person. So, but then it sounds like PK also can't keep money steady. He's very insecure and flashy. I'm sure he was no fun struggling with a drinking problem. So, I feel for them, but I just find Kyle's uh coldness toward Dorit to be like, you just don't like her anymore.
And she ain't woman enough to tell her how she really feels.
Yeah, Kyle's very conflict avoidant.
Like, girl, bye. But she want other people to express themselves. She was called out about that 3 seasons ago when she was holding in so much. When I think it was in 2023, whatever that season was, when it was started to spill out about her, and
Morgan.
And she was just keeping quiet about things. And girl, I mean,
yeah,
I'm cool. I think Kyle needs to sit next season out. I think she's run her course.
I am bored. I also really think this goes back to what Erica said to Kyle. You and Mauricio just need to get out of their marriage now. You just do, because you both have tried to help, and it's what?
Who said that? I'm sorry.
Erica Jane. Not Erica. Erica said, especially when they were in Sedona, she said to Kyle, just stop talking about it. Like, just don't. Because, like, you don't agree. And it's very arrogant of Mo and Kyle to think that they can help.
Yeah. Hello.
It's just arrogant. All you've done is meddle and not for the good.
Yeah, I can't get y'all is straight. How you going to help them?
Yeah, yeah, and the way that you were kind of so readily willing to do some of that, I'm like, no, whatever, camera whores. You know?
Like the audacity to think that y'all should have said, we're not going to get involved, but we will listen to our friends
Yes,
bend
that's
our ear. That should have been the spiel for both of them.
yeah, yeah. Because I know you have to choose oftentimes. I really I do. I know you have to choose oftentimes, but that doesn't mean that you can't love and respect both parties, you know? And also there are situations where you can also refuse to choose. It's all about your own personal boundaries and relationships. One friendship might not survive if you choose to not do that. But at the very least, you can stay the F out of it. Especially if you care about the two people. Those are the only two people that can resolve the situation. And interpreting what they say to one another, bone carrying, messaging, defending, explaining, you know, receipts, timeline, any of that crap. I just that's not that's not good.
I agree. And can I expound on this bone carrying and message sending and receiving? That is causing problems too amongst the Kimsleys, however you say their last name. Because they, meaning the Umanskis, don't need to do that.
Oh yes. Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
that's causing even more angst.
Yeah, and you guys don't know what you're doing. Like, get out of here.
That's really creating problems with all this telling how they filmed Kyle and Mauricio discussing, you know, the Kimsleys. Like, who are you?
And
Who
yeah, and
y'all?
Mauricio, you were I truly believe Mauricio cheated on Kyle or did some had she found inappropriate DMs or whatever. Like he betrayed Kyle. And I now think that he is living it up like a little zaddy, like a sleazeball, with a bunch of younger women and partying and enjoying himself and and then enjoying the benefit of the fact that Kyle's trying to keep it classy and kind of maybe partially wants him back because dating is hard, you know? Um, you all don't have it together. You're all messed up too. You just like to make it look cute for the camera, but you don't know what you're doing. And don't let Maurice's not the voice of reason. He's the most self-centered one of the four of you.
The more and more I think about Kyle and Mauricio, the more and more I think there is something that is not being said as to the reason why she has not filed, considering two separate occasions he is flaunting his single side, getting
Right.
pictures. There is no fucking way nothing would have been filed by now after those two. The first one for damn sure, but two, actually three.
I think I know exactly what you're gonna say to me, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I
I'm
get
being
the feeling
uncomfortable.
this is just my speculation. I get the feeling it has something to do with because there's no prenup, because they got together and built wealth together, but it's Mauricio's the agency and whatever. I have a feeling that when they finally get divorced, it might that's why where it might turn terribly nasty. Terribly nasty, right? Like because dividing assets that are so, like a partnership, but where a man has amassed a large amount of wealth through, off Kathy Hilton's back, off the Hilton, you know what I mean? Like, I just feel like there's this weird, if we stay married and just separated and don't actually divide the money that we have, even though whatever, like that's what it is. But I could be totally wrong. That's just my hunch.
Girl, who it's something because there's no way. Well, I'll
I mean,
say
I
what.
know, if it's over, it's over, and you go to war, you go to war. But I just have this feeling with how conflict avoidant, like Kyle is, talking about how that like freaked her out when she was younger. I don't know. I just feel like it's like once they really separate and separate the assets, they uh um that's where it'll really truly turn nasty.
Girl. Okay, let's move on because I want to get to this part with Sutton and Jennifer. This is another something that really had me thinking. Okay, so we see Jennifer. She's back. I think they're in Malibu, aren't they? They're over there on that part of
They are,
the.
yeah. They're in Malibu.
Yeah, so Sutton and Jennifer meet
Yeah.
up, have lunch in Malibu. I remember they had no, that wasn't at Nobu. That was somewhere else. That wasn't Nobu.
No, yeah, that was it's got a famous name. It's been in a lot of shots. It's right on, I forget that. I
Mhm.
forget. Yeah. Anyway.
Now, I have been mentioning the reason why Christian wanted to take Sutton's name out of the Lamb's Book of Life. I keep saying that just to be funny because he got a woman on his arm that he needs to validate in the eyes of the Lord. And here we go. Now I saw the after show. Did you see the after show?
No.
Ooh, girl, it was good. Gotta watch it. Gotta watch it.
Yeah, I do.
That's where they expounded on how the woman he has was a family friend of up teen years, meaning their kids. She was in their house. She was married, and just coincidentally, she also breaks it off with her man when him and Sutton divorces, and now they together. Don't that sound eerily
Fishy?
similar?
Well, did she get an annulment too? Because, like, if they want to
I don't
stay
know what's.
Catholic, was she
I
bet?
don't know about them at all. I don't know.
If you want to get, if so, he got his marriage annulled so that he can get remarried in the Catholic Church. If she's still divorced, they can't because she needs to get it annulled too. Because you can't be divorced in the Catholic Church.
Fine,
So
but I don't know because that part wasn't divulged.
it was just hanging me up because it's like, unless both people are shucking and jiving, why are you trying so hard to do this? Like, to be with her, because I'm like, did she get one too? Because otherwise this doesn't even work. But that's just a
Something
minor.
happened.
What?
Something happened because
Something.
they together.
Obviously though, that's the shit on the top of the sundae. Right.
Girl,
Because the
girl.
real betrayal is the fact that that's the worst when someone I was like, yeah, I had a best friend that
Mm.
ended a 25-year friendship because she got together with somebody that she knew it would, like, break my heart. Like, I would feel betrayed, right?
Mm. Mm.
And instead of just telling me, she just, like, ghosted after that long of a friendship. They're married now, so really, honestly, choices were made and it worked out for everybody's benefit, right? But that's a really deep level betrayal, and I really feel bad for Sutton because I think she's trying to take the high road, with a lot of things about the reality of her marriage. But
Mm-hmm.
getting with your best friend right after the divorce, that's pretty crap. And then to not even tell her, your son tells you, your
But even
child,
if it ain't the best friend, the fact that they had a close relationship,
in your home, raising kids together,
watching
and
each other's kids.
you can't even tell me that you're dating. My son has to let it slip. So now you're like being romantic around my son and I'm not even informed.
So y'all was fooling around behind Sutton back, is what I'm hearing.
Same. It smells real fishy.
But the more delusion is all this time Sutton has been telling us and whoever would listen, and she can have him anytime she chooses. I think that's delusional. According to what I'm hearing now, I don't see how that was possible, Sutton. Were you just flossing? I mean, what?
I know that I believe she said something that has made that clear to you, but, like, I just didn't, I don't remember that. Like, I haven't walked away with the impression that she's been so confident that she could get him back whenever. So like that part,
Yeah, girl, that's what she said.
but if she said it one time and maybe was making a joke, like I don't know, whatever. The point is that um I I I think we're getting a better idea of why the name change and this transition is upsetting to her, because he is planning on remarrying and it's one of her really dear friends. And
Mm,
nobody really respected the fact that that would be hurtful to her.
mm, mm,
And that's the disrespect of divorce.
mm, mm, mm.
The disrespect of divorce. So, I think Jennifer was very supportive in a girl's way, right? Where she said it's unfair. She said what Sutton won't say because she's trying to keep it classy for the kids. Although, the way this show is set up, that's just not really the way it works. Her daughter is beautiful. That photo of her.
Porter.
Um,
Mhm.
yeah, I mean, I'm sad. Like, it's sad. It's sad transitioning to a new life, but it's been a minute. Sutton. It's also been a minute. Like I think it's been like
You
6 years.
what was funny is in the after show when Sutton mentioned this, she went into much further detail.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who else she was talking to in there. It was like three of them talking, Sutton, Erica, and somebody.
Kathy?
I don't think so
Oh,
because
okay. They moved him around
conversation
then.
was Erica and the other person was like, "Oh, so you want us to beat her up for you?"
Yeah,
Maybe it was Jennifer. I don't know,
that's
but it
cute.
was so funny.
That's
Yeah,
cute.
we're gonna get her. Yeah, we're gonna get her. Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Listen,
Erica,
like
girl, get
I
ahead.
am enjoying Erica this season. I may eat my own words. I may find out she's the devil that robbed orphans blind, but like
Uh-uh.
I'm enjoying her this season. I am enjoying Erica. I
Well,
feel
that's
like what?
yeah.
Is
I'm
that the
glad.
cue? We could transition. Is that her scene coming up or no?
That's what I'm saying. You spoke it into existence because you were
Yes.
taking the words out of my mouth. I have thought that as well, especially
Mm-hmm.
seeing more of her
Yep.
and hearing the things I'm hearing, even though they are, disparaging, and I really wish she didn't have to go through that. But just seeing her shine through and coming over, and after this conversation, I see why. OMG. I did not know. Well, first of all, let me say I wasn't clocking exactly why she was being pursued in court and trying to pay for, this, that, and the third. The only thing I was clear on was I think she may have known but didn't care about the 25 million paying her through his law office. That's the only thing that I was clear on and I knew
Yeah.
all the details about.
I feel like in general, if you had said, Erica, do you think everything is on the up and up? I think there may have come a point in the especially when he had several lawsuits or something. I don't know. There may have come a point where she would look at you and say, no, but
Mhm.
I think she was used to signing stuff. I think a lot of people, wealthy people, have all kinds of, business, sign this and I don't know what I'm signing and it's in your
Right.
name and I'm getting all this money but you're winning these giant lawsuits and
Mhm.
all that, right? So I mean, I feel this is gold digging gone wrong. Because the
Mhm.
magnitude of the mess that he has left for her to deal with while he's gone off on into slumberland, because I don't think he's really with it anymore. Um, and the the attorney that is overseeing, like, she's that they're suing her to try and claw that money back. They're trying to
Right.
say, this came from wrong funds, so therefore you must pay it back. And then, like she said, she's got a $10 million bill for Tom's taxes. I mean, she'll probably have to file bankruptcy when this is all over. I mean, I think that's a given. I think that there's just she's in a but I also get the feeling that she was a young woman who saw a charismatic older man, knew that she was a trophy wife. He was probably very domineering and controlling. He came off so weird the first season she was on. But Erica, I'm talking. I'm like, oh Lord, oh, ew. Like he's a little weirdo. So, I really enjoyed. This was the vulnerability we were all waiting for, but I think we as an audience were a little unreasonable on how quickly we expected to see it. you know, like I feel like she's level enough now in the chaos that she can be vulnerable, and I really appreciated it. I really did.
Too. And I feel so bad for her, not
Me
just.
too.
And the thing she went through was last year. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
that was wild. Let me just side note to this stupid therapist. I shame on you for trying to tell her, live in the present. You have this home. Get the F out of here. Why can't you just be a place for Erica to grieve that she's up against a lot and she's tired? When she said, when's it gonna fucking, I totally related to her. She just needed, like, I was so annoyed at the therapist's response because I was like, that is some spiritually bypassing bullshit. That is not, If it were me being a therapist at that moment, I would just hold space for her that this is really heavy and just have empathy and say, yeah, you've been through a lot and it's daunting. It's very fair to feel exhausted and burnt out right now and hold space for that, you know? Because that's really what she needed. She didn't need to hear, like, life's never gonna be, get out of here, get out of here. No, most of it, you aren't up $35 million staring you in the face, like, like, get out of here. That's so, like, that's crazy to
Yeah,
say to her.
Erica said she's fucking tired. And I
Yes,
understand. And I'm
yes.
sure we don't know all of what she has to deal with. I'm pretty sure there's personal relationships that upset her or is upsetting her, because like she said, people don't want to be associated. So she has to deal with the
Mm-hmm.
pariah of it all, the
Mm-hmm.
scarlet letter, and you know, dealing like you said, dealing with a man like that, he couldn't really be trusted. So, you know, birds of a feather and all this,
Right.
guilty by association. So there's her reputation is important to her, but I can see why she's living the way she is. It's like she said, it's either sink or swim. So she's wading in the water. It's pretty much how, or she's treading in the water, or being happy. That's where she's at, and I feel bad because
Yeah.
for, like you said, for him to leave her with that, I think he's trying to get an EGOT for this thing he's playing. I don't believe he's demented at all. I believe he knows what he's doing. He got off scot-free. So if he has to go to prison, that's what he got to do. And it's better than having to be on the outside battling all of this. But,
Right.
he got the easier way out, to be honest, even though it is prison. Hell, he lived most of his life. So, he probably better off in prison than he is out trying to deal with all of these lawsuits.
Well, he's in like the senior ward and all this kind of crap.
You know?
Um, I well, and the thing too, like, she's probably any money she makes is going to legal fees, and like that's not going anywhere anytime soon. Like the stress of, and then like whatever judgment will be levied against her, and whatever. It's like she's not a movie star that can command $35 million, like can
Right.
command millions in order to wipe out a lot of this kind of debt. Now, granted, you can declare bankruptcy and whatever, and like, and also there's only a certain, like, reparations. There's only so much that they can take from your earnings or whatever, but all of that is just really minor with what she's up against and the never endingness of it. So I just really felt for her, and then for her to add that on top of it, I appreciated the vulnerability. It was really refreshing that at this point that she would be willing to let everybody in, and we could all hold space for that. And I just
Yes.
loved the way that she just was able to say, like, yeah, I know it's gonna get better. She kind of clocked the therapist too, like, but like fucking when, you know what I mean? Like, and I just wish the therapist had just held space for her and empathized with her situation instead of doing that. Although I do think she did a good job of saying, like, um, I was really worried about you and how you didn't talk
Yeah.
about it, and it's the right thing to do to talk about it. And, as someone who can relate to her situation, having had some things in the past, this is a really vulnerable, rough, horrible thing to talk about. We do so much victim blaming. It's really disgusting. We do not give the women the respect they deserve, that these situations are extremely complicated. There's so much emotional manipulation and shame and a lot of things. And Denise and Erica both sharing that they experienced it. We thank you, because the more we
Yeah.
normalize this,
Thank you
the
so much.
better off we all are.
And just to put a little mess in this part, did Dr. Jen get some work done? Because she sure did look different.
I gotta go back and look at her.
It's
I
something
gotta.
about the mouth, the nose. She just looked,
Okay.
it wasn't the makeup.
Yeah.
She looked different.
Okay, I'm gonna go back and look, because I wouldn't put it past her.
Take an old pic, old snapshot, and then go to last night, child. Because I was like, oh, because I've seen her quite a bit to where I don't need to go to the old. Because that's why I'm saying what I'm saying. Because I've
Yeah.
seen her so much.
Yeah.
Girl, I'm like,
No,
oh,
yeah. I'm gonna
just
go back
saying.
and look.
Not saying it's good or bad. I'm just saying,
You notice.
yes.
That's what
Well,
we're
big
here
ups to
for.
Erica.
Thank you for sharing.
Now, girl, we back to the Hamptons.
Yes,
Rachel
we are.
hosting a family get together. Dorit's late because she's having a problem with the fit. She don't know what to wear or how to put it on or which way to where the tag go. I'm like, girl,
Again.
these are the folks' parents. I mean, not to
Yes.
say they're not important, but I mean, they were over an hour late. Let's just put that on out there according to production.
Then
But
that means
still,
even more. Dorit should have had it together by the time they effing got there. You had an extra hour from call time to get your outfit. It's so inconsiderate. You left old people waiting.
I mean, just at this point, girl.
Yeah.
Again, not to take away from her parents, but it, it's just her people there. Girl, put on what she had
Yeah.
on earlier.
It's just so rude, Dorit. It's just really rude.
And then I noticed something a little more messy too. Girl, Kyle's face makeup is pale white. It's on good, but she got some pale white makeup. It looked
That's
like
funny. No, it always cracks me up when you can notice when they don't have makeup artists with them and they are suffering, like Salt Lake on the boat. Woo, baby. All their extensions in the salt air.
it just looked like a totally different shade because I noticed that
Yep.
especially with Roa, how their faces, especially Portia, she just looked like she's light skinned when she's my color, almond brown. I could look at their face like, what is going on? Why is the face so light? Why isn't it the same? But anyway, and it ain't just the lights; it's the makeup, and then you see that green tint or underneath. I'm like, why is people still putting that green shit on their face when you can see it through the makeup? What is going? Okay, new makeup artists need MUAs who ain't gonna make you look transparent. Cause child, yeah, Kyle's makeup, girl. I'm just being messy. I noticed it was like 8.5 by 11 white.
Ooh.
Just saying. It literally was 8.5 by 11.
She needed her summer shade.
I guess. Like she had
Yeah.
a pound of SPF. Like, girl, what's going on?
Well, no, I mean I have a foundation color for the winter and for the summer.
Mm-hmm.
Because the tan can
We do
change it all.
colors. Yes, we do change
Right?
colors. But girl, SPF. Anyway, and I did notice one thing, y'all. I noticed hair. And I said, wow, Rachel's hair is thick. Now, this is me, this is what I notice on the regular when I see people everywhere I go. I said, I wonder, and looking at the old pictures of that they showed of Rachel's family, her mom looks like she could be related to somebody in my family. Just the way and then I was kindly reminded that she is of a certain ethnicity, Jewish. Is that what?
Mm-hmm.
Jewish. And I said, okay, sometimes, there could be a mistake there, but she looks like somebody, maybe her great grand, somebody around there from her could have been related to somebody. I'm just saying, I think they call them octoroons or something. And I hope I'm not being offensive because I'm not sure what term is offensive in that way, but just to reference those, how eighth this or quarter this or half this, yada yada that, of any type of African ancestry. She looks, how they say people could pass and be this and that. But yeah, I noticed that. If anybody else knows that, please let me know. If not, I'm cool with. I can be the only one. That's fine. But I'm not saying that's what she is. It's just that she looks like she could be, which is interesting as all. Anyway, look good for how old she is. I can tell you that. She looked real good.
They miss Roger.
Who?
They miss her ex.
I was gonna say that. They did talk about that. Well, they were together with almost 40 years, 35 years, something like that. So it's hard to,
I think it was 30 years.
Lose somebody that you've loved for so long, regardless of who they were to you. It's
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
But he got to go, so whatever.
Well, it sounds like some stuff ish went down where she maybe didn't even tell them exactly what he did. She maybe have spared them because, and they are older, so I felt bad for Rachel because I know that they're grieving the loss of Roger. You could tell she was too. But like she was very clear that like the person that they missed was already gone,
Yeah.
He
trust her on that.
Right. And I appreciate her opening up. I feel like there's this is just my personal hunch and I'm gonna be really delicate. I feel like that night he told her that he was cheating, but that I think I just get this feeling like something got physical, something got weird. Like there was an anger or a potential, uh intensity level that got out of hand, that scared, that made her feel very unsafe, for the situation, because that's just how she works, where she's like, that night the door closed forever, like boom, could never go back. I just feel like something went down that was that betrayal on top of like the way that, like, something like that. It's just my hunch.
Mm-hmm. Well, we probably find out exactly what happened,
I don't know if she's gonna tell that one.
Bits and pieces as we go along in her journey of divorce. So you never know, and her kids are old enough to handle certain, things, no telling what they've been privy to already, because Rachel ain't afraid to say what's on her mind in front of them kids. So I mean, they
Yeah.
ain't babies, and
I did
but
appreciate her sharing, like, he likes who he is, he is done. Like, I
yeah.
also thought Kyle gave a bit of a tell because when she did share that Roger admitted to being unfaithful.
Oh, we didn't get to that part yet. We didn't get to that part
Oh,
yet.
all right. Okay, sorry. Oh, they're just still with the parents. Right. They
Yeah,
miss Roger, and I feel bad for Rachel because, like I said, I think it just seems like she went through a lot, and like she's protecting them.
yeah. That will end out the actual review, because I want to get to this Keely stuff, and
Okay.
then we're gonna blow up all of that of what Rachel was telling, and all that, because that right there is a doozy. I thought that was a big thing to end with, uh,
Uh-huh.
after this Keely and Bowles and Lael dinner. But yeah, I agree. I can't wait to hear the rest of Rachel's story as her divorce unfolds over the months. Well, I don't even think they're divorced yet, so who knows what's going on right now? Let's see. Keely takes Bose and Lael out to dinner. I thought this was interesting because what you said, and I wasn't fully on board with how Bose is gung ho more so for his sake than hers, because of what she said. Her worst fear about all of this IVF was for him not to have a baby, not her health, but for him to not have a baby. And his response was not what I thought it would be. So I believe you're right. He didn't respond in that what I thought he would, regarding, I think the worst fear would be losing you in all of this, or you not being who you are. Instead, instead of his feelings or taking care of him in this situation, we need to take care of you, because that's what I've been seeing him and hearing what he's been saying all this time. But that particular conversation, I never would have thought that he would not say those things, not say something to that effect. So I think you were absolutely right that she's doing this more so for him than for her.
I did not think this was an appropriate conversation to have in front of Lael on TV. I just was like, whoa, I don't know about this. I would not have this conversation in front of my daughter. I would present a different. I appreciate that Bose wants Lael to see a healthy relationship between two people and the mechanics of that, because I agree, as a single mom, I want my daughter to see that as well. But I also want to give my daughter, especially at 16, a certain level of security that as a parent, I'm navigating this stuff and I've got it, even if I don't have it figured out, I just don't want to lay too much of the burden of worry on my child's feet,
Mm-hmm.
or, involve them too much into some of these fears. Like, Leo doesn't need to hear about Keely working, you're going to leave me if I don't have money. Like, what is this?
Yeah, there were some convos, part of this whole scene, that should have never been spoken in front of her. That's for them
No.
to
Yes.
worry about, and she shouldn't be privy
No.
to that. She can hear the outcome, sure,
Yes.
fine,
The
but
Cliff
it's
Notes.
none of her business.
Yes.
No, 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 dog.
It doesn't need to be her, and it doesn't need to be her business. Like, she doesn't need to worry about what you guys are
Right.
feeling on this IVF journey. She only needs to worry about whether or not she has to deal with a sibling at 16 years old, like, or not only that, but like, we're not even getting into maybe how afraid she is that her mom might get some kind of, serious health repercussion. You know what I mean? Like, you got to be around for the one you have, and be healthy and be okay and not, So, yeah, this whole conversation made me uncomfortable. Um, I like the way Bo said in her confessional, I just have to trust he's telling me the truth because I have no way to really know,
Yeah.
but like main meaning, I understand that I have to go with what he's telling me because like I can't, I can either choose to trust him and be in this together, or I can guard my heart and like, walk away, or whatever. She's right. She's right. If this is the kind of level of intimate relationship she wants with this man, then this is the journey they got to walk on together. And you have to just put yourself open to potentially being hurt by someone.
Yeah, that was weird for him to bring that up. What if, I lose my job and, all these, you know, possibilities of not having what it was just weird to hear. Like, why was that brought up? you know, but the one thing that I loved was her letting him know, I want Lael to feel that whatever man I bring into this relationship is going to treat her the way she needs to be treated. And I love that, and how he's treating her daughter, similar to what I think a relationship to be. She and I have similar values with that. Even if I had a son, it would be those things that, usual, customary, tokens of affection guys do with each other, dads and sons do with each other. It's something that I have also, commanded in my relationship, because yes, he and I are getting together, but I come with somebody, so I
Mm-hmm.
appreciate that, and how,
Mm-hmm.
dealing with her daughter. But yeah, but these adult conversations.
They are. They
Yeah,
are
like, I
not
mean,
ones.
girl, she's
Yeah.
already worried about finishing 10th grade. Dang, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Or whatever
Yeah.
grade she in.
Yep. She's about to enter her junior year.
Ain't that nothing? Mm.
Yeah, I just not the conversation to be having at family dinner.
So she should be class of 28. Or no, she'll be a junior this year.
She's a
She's
junior
finished.
right now. Yeah.
Yeah. Good for her. Good for
Mhm.
them. Leave. That's why I always say kids need to be kids as long as possible. They shouldn't be
Mhm.
in grown folks nothing until they are grown or legal by at the minimum. Because child, ooh, there's so much. It's so much life to live. Stop rushing it for these kids. Just stop rushing it, y'all. Let them be cheering long as possible, please. Ooh, Lord. Santa Claus, where you at? What's the thing with the teeth? The tooth fairy, all that. But bring it back. Bring it back. Okay, now we gonna round this out, child. The Hamptons, the end of the Hamptons. They're at the Hedges Inn. Rachel has a reservation for 3, and that's where we learned about the confessions her husband told her that, changed her life forever. That night, I think she said it was August 3rd. So now we all know August 3rd was the night Rachel's life changed forever. Every August 3rd, we're going to remember Rachel Zoe's life changed forever. I hope it's not what you think it is, but I do know once that trust is destroyed, broken, can't be repaired, it can be devastating. So whatever that was, can't go back. It's a wrap.
Yep, it sounds like it was a very dark day, regardless, not dark night, like regardless of what exactly went down. Like I said, even, I'll even go out on a limb, my like spidey psychic sense, I just get this feeling
Mm-hmm.
like, you know, that news was accompanied by uh, uh, a threat level or lack of control level in Roger that scared the crap out of her and made her concerned for, I think, even her kids, to be honest, because I'm not saying that she's now allowing her children to go to an ABUSER, but because I think people can have really intense moments that are like awful, bring out the worst in each other and whatever. But you
Mm-hmm.
also see her also saying to them, "Well, you don't have to go if she's there." I think she's very like um a little bit anxious when they do go over there about what is gonna they'll be exposed to and all that kind of thing. So
Yeah, it's kind of similar to when she was telling her kids for the next episode about you don't have to, be there if that woman is there. It's kind of similar to what uh, Sutton was, going through. They talked about that on the after show when they were sending the boy off to college. And she was afraid that he would bring her,
yeah,
and even when they were when she was around, the the kids or either both of them or the son stayed with Sutton. He or they didn't want to be around her, knowing that she was around, some type of vacation or what have you. So, it's it's like really, you really want to include this person, but I understand because didn't Rachel say he brought her to pick or drop off the son for camp or something? Like,
yes.
hold on. Who, what
There's just certain etiquette you need to have, I believe, this is my personal opinion, or once you get divorced, no matter how much you hate each other, no matter how much whatever, there's just, for the children's sake, a level of etiquette that's a general school of thought to follow, where you don't just throw somebody new on anybody. You just don't. And that you wait until people, until a reasonable, maybe the spouse will never ever be okay seeing them.
right.
Well, then you need to just keep that situation separate until, maybe graduation, you're like, you don't have a choice or whatever, like keep it to certain situations where it's not an intimate interaction that's going to stress the kids out.
Right.
So it's just, no matter what you think about the partner, like the best, and not only that, but like, I know for a fact, like, you're not just going to introduce my child to someone without letting me know that's happening. I don't necessarily even need to meet her, but you're not going to do that. My kid's not going to just come home and say, whoa, you know, like, you're going to need to make sure that it's done in a way that is not, not impacting my child negatively.
Oh, it's
But it
hard with
just,
little kids, ain't it? I mean, with
yeah.
underage kids. And there's one thing if our kids are adults,
Mm-hmm.
but we talking about minors and you doing all this foolishness and causing all this anxiety for them, not just me.
Yeah.
It's like you said, you have to the identified person bringing in all the mess needs to stop being so selfish.
Yep. I think, but then again, it goes back to kind of what she was letting in, and that is that he, became a very, very selfish person and
Yep.
started wanting to, like they said, it sounds kind of like a traditional midlife crisis But what I do think is very interesting is that when she Kyle brought up betrayal, I just think that just confirmed to me too, even though Kyle hasn't said it out, right? That that's what Mauricio did too. You know, like killed the trust dead. Because when you find out somebody that you have trusted for over 20 years, like both Kyle and Rachel have had long standing relationships. When you
Hmm.
find out at that level, like I absolutely believe something can be killed in you. Like the betrayal can be that deep
Yeah.
that it's gone.
Yeah, because
Um,
people's value systems are different.
and just like there's a certain sense of like trust in like that's just your family that you get to where like to fathom that they actually don't care about you so much that they could do that to you, right? Kill something in you because of how vulnerable you've been with them for so long.
Hmm.
But I'm glad hey, girl, way to give us the tea in sections, way to show us. I enjoy Rachel, except uh, sometimes her outfits it makes me very uncomfortable. Like we are looking at someone that there's some health concerns there. It just is very hard for me sometimes.
Her
Yeah,
arms are very skeletal.
and the chest, and there's just it's
Hmm.
obvious that we're looking at someone with some health challenges, and I'm just gonna be honest with you. I love her dearly, but sometimes I'm really uncomfortable looking at it because I'm like, ooh, this is this is disordered eating. You know.
Let's talk about something else that was uncomfortable, and this should round out the evening.
All right.
Messy AF, Kyle. You messy as fuck. Now let me say this.
Ugh.
When Rachel mentioned before they got married, they were 4 years in,
Oh,
and she had a little tryst. I don't know if she actually went through with the act, but she said she made out, whatever that was, right? And she told whatever his name is, and instead of going ballistic, he proposed the next day. He didn't want to lose her. And Kyle, in her confessional, said, pretty well, I said how I wrote it being funny. Kyle thinks Rachel manifested her destiny currently by her cheating slash engagement story that she told. So how can she be mad at what's going on? Ooh, Kyle.
yeah, that was foul. That was a foul comment.
That was secondary to how Amanda read Dorit Fulfill episode 10 when she was talking, Amanda was talking to her husband. Look, as we bring Amanda into this episode, right? How Amanda was reading, talking to her husband about how uh, uh, Dorit didn't have her own, so she relied on her husband's money. Now she's all up in arms and, can't get right and what have you. I'm like, wait a minute, Kyle. Kyle got a lot of nerve.
She did. This is a weird season. Yeah, I don't. They got together when they were like 22 and crap. Like Rachel was so young, and if that situation got him to put a ring on it, like I think I would like to have a partner. I don't necessarily want to be proposed to because I fooled around, is what she said. I wonder what fooled around exactly means. I kind of felt like it was the same as you, like made out. Um, I just kind of got the feeling it wasn't that serious. Um, but like I feel like there a passion and intensity. Like he loved her. That man didn't want to lose her. He proposed. You know what I mean? Like I feel like there was a period of time where Rachel and Roger were a unit, a team. A lot of things. If you watch their show, like like they were absolutely each other's like they were a partnership.
Yeah.
So I appreciate like. I don't know. Kyle's making all kinds of. Kyle's gonna be having a lot to answer for at the reunion for
Ain't
these
she?
comments
Girl.
because that wasn't nice.
If not tonight,
Well, yeah, and like I
yeah.
wonder who's on Watch What Happens Live tonight. Like seriously though, like they've been together for over 30 years, and you're gonna literally equate making out with a model before they got married to this? That's offensive.
I mean, and they weren't even engaged. They were just going together.
Yep.
Girl, Kyle, okay. Again, Kyle, tell us how you really feel. And don't tell them, but she'll tell us. Now that's chicken shit. Sorry. But ooh.
It is. She's got some chicken shitness this season.
Shit. Bingo, anybody?
You know, you're not wrong. You're
I'm
not
just saying
wrong. It's
that
how it's shaping up. That's
mm,
just how it's shaping up.
is this why Kyle and Rachel kind of,
And
veer off from what I heard? They've kind of veered off the path.
well, and let's not forget what she did to Jennifer. She threw Jennifer right up under the bus.
That part.
Kyle's bone carrying this season, and it's brutal.
Ain't it funny how she can do all this, but still can't tell Mauricio what? And that was the man whose penis was in her mouth often. Girl,
Whoa. Oh!
just saying.
You sure did.
Yes, Kyle, you got life twisted. Just you got life real twisted. Where Kim at? I hope she's doing all right.
Ooh,
Maybe
I
she
think
can come back for a season.
no, she can't. She's
Oh,
living in Florida. I think Kim needs to be on permanent, like,
why?
bench rest, bench.
Oh,
She had a very deep relapse.
oh,
Uh, yeah. That's my personal.
that's
I think she needs to go live a peaceful life,
okay.
away from the
That's
things that tempt her.
Well, that whole family got some issues going on with the DSM-5. So we really that was a little jokey joke, but I wish them all well. Excuse me, I wish them all well, peace, love, and soul. I'm not just saying
Mm-hmm.
that to be funny, but it's true. It's true. I wish them all peace, love, and soul because I hate for people to suffer when they have mental instability of sorts, whatever
Yeah.
that is. From
Mm-hmm.
the minor to the major, it's really messed up. Sometimes people, just are born with it. Sometimes it's environmental. It could be pressed upon them. It's just kind of messed up when people have to live within that.
Well,
Ooh,
I Kim was the breadwinner for that family when she was little, return to Witch
right.
Mountain, all that stuff, right? And who knows what she was subjected to as a child actress in Hollywood. I really feel for her. I think, she's got a lot of trauma and whatnot. So, and that's how it manifested.
Interesting. Well, that was all my notes, child. Was that it?
That's it. These ladies and their big old divorces and these deep issues. They talked about it this time. Thank you, ladies, for your vulnerability.
Oh, one last thing, girl. Really, one last thing. In the after show, girl, they asked
I
if
gotta go watch it.
Dorit may want to get back with PK. She said, I may have a conversation with him about. I said, what?
What?
Girl, you need to watch that.
I do. I do.
I said, what? She said, yeah, I think we may can have a conversation. I would entertain a what?
If this is all
Girl,
PR, if this
get
is
a
all PR because they're broke, I swear to God.
girl posting up. Yeah, after a posting up.
Ugh.
Posting up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Post, whatever you want to call.
Yeah. Get a good one, not don't get an Ashley Darby style one.
Listen, if you need a prenup, call me. Just saying. Because I don't know how Candy going through what she going through and now everybody else and girl bye. And all I got is $2. I got literally $2.
But you kept them.
Hello. Just saying. We'll talk later. But yeah, y'all.
Yes.
For tuning in to this episode of these rich heifers of Beverly Hills. Well, I guess most of them.
Richish.
Yeah. Richard Chapin.
Richish.
Well, at least they're getting paid rich. So I give them that much. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So before we go, let's let you know about our next episode. We are leaving Black History Month, but we are entering Women's History Month with the queens of RuPaul's Drag Race, season 18, episode 9. You like that? I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And we're just going to move on in and just stay right there because we got 31 days. 30, how many? 28? Yeah, 31 days full of women's everything. So you never know what may come out of this RAERAES All Day channel for Women's History Month. Okay? You just never know.
All right.
We are celebrating us. I don't care what it is we do, we celebrate.
That's
you
right.
know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We are celebrating for 31 days. Yes, we is. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Anything you want to say, ma'am, before we go?
Nope. I'm
Well,
good.
what's something we need to know? Where you at when you ain't talking ish with me? I know that's what we need.
You can catch me on Facebook, Psychic Erin Boyd, Instagram and Threads, Psychic_ELB. Hit me up in the DMs if you'd like to get a psychic reading, or just friend me on social media.
Yes, y'all. And don't forget that we have a full load of shows coming through, shows coming back, shows is leaving. We gonna tune in to see what's
Rhode
going
Island.
on. Rhode Island's coming, but Karen Huger's gonna make her her sober debut.
Oh yes, I know.
And I can't wait for this, especially when Monique T gonna drop on this R-Hop Part 3 reunion.
I am looking for, even though I said, Potomac can sometimes be the struggle bus. I am looking forward to this installment. Let's go, ladies.
Yes. And again, condolences to Mary Cosby and family on the loss of her son, Junior, Robert Jr. It touched my heart. I couldn't say anything earlier, literally, because it just, it does something to me. Mm-hmm. But condolences, man. Yes, all of y'all. On that note, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And when you do, there are some parentheses around the bell. The bell is black or white, whatever color it is. Click on it. Make sure you know, because sometimes we may switch up our show times like we did tonight. We are half an hour later than what we said we was going to be. So if you tuned in, that means you are tuned in through the notifications. We appreciate you. And we will see y'all again Sunday morning, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, specifically. All right, y'all. Bye. Baby.